You may have thought the basketball season started back in November.
Huh.
Really, it starts today.
Yeah.
With our first checking in with Hubert Davis. It's, of course, brought to you by CR Legal Team, providing whole person legal care since 1989. We are CR Legal Team, and we stand up for you. Hubert Davis is here. Coach, thank you. Tar Heels with a rare whole week of no games this early in the year. What is on your agenda for this week that you want to work on and get better?
Yeah, a lot of film, a lot of practice. Obviously coming off the game against SMU, just a number of things on both ends of the floor that got to clean up and work on. And it's nice to not have a midweek game from the standpoint of, earlier in this week, we can practice like for us. It's not in preparation for Wake Forest. And so I think it's, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday just really huge for us to work on us and some things that have to be cleaned up in preparation for a really good Wake Forest team that plays extremely well on the road.
When you have a game where the opponent shoots the percentage that SMU shot, 60% for the game and
70 in the second half.
Over 70.
Yeah.
Is that hard for you to know, say, look, they were just hot? I mean, that's an incredible percentage. Or is it, hey, guys,
no,
this is us?
No, you can't shoot 70%. Like an individual person can get hot, but for a team to shoot 70%, you helped it. And for a team that going into the game was number one in the ACC in field goal percentage defense, number one in the ACC in points allowed, that's unacceptable. And, everybody missed shots. Everybody turns the ball over. Those type of things happen. But, defense rebounding, that travels everywhere and that comes every day. And that didn't happen this past Saturday. And we got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
When you have practices like these, especially early in the week when you're working on you, how much do you decide this is what the tenor of this practice is going to be? Like, I might need to ride them a little bit. And how much do they determine that based on how they perform?
I determine it. I set the tone of practice every day, and it's not determined by how well they play or the mood going into practice. Every practice there needs to be. I'm huge on this, is being detailed in your approach. Being methodical in regards to what we're trying to accomplish, going at game speed, the execution part on both ends, and creating good habits. And that's something that you have to do every day for the entire practice, and that's something that we've got to get better at.
The point guard spot, Coach, seems to be one that you have approached in different ways here early or through the first half of the season. We've seen Kyle Evans, we've seen Derek Dixon. Now that Seth is back, I think he played maybe the last 10 or 12 minutes of the SMU game, really almost exclusively at that spot. How do you view that position moving forward, and how would you like to divvy up those minutes or kind of best allow that to be successful for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a position coach. I've said this before. I like multiple ball handlers out there on the floor, and they can come from many different ways, and we have that. When Caleb gets the rebound, he puts the ball on the floor and he initiates the offense. And so for me, in the 5 years that I've been head coach, I've always wanted multiple ball handlers out there, whether it's, Seth and Kai and Derek, all three together. And I've used all of them, and even Luka, to initiate offense. And so just the execution part of getting to the right spots, getting the ball in the right positions to be able to execute consistently on the offensive end. I just felt against SMU, everything from an offensive standpoint was difficult and hard, and we still scored 83 points. And so we can talk about the offense. 83 points is enough to win a ball game in conference on the road. But when you give up 97 points, that just can't happen.
I've read a couple things lately from coaches in similar positions to you, big-time college football or college basketball coaches, and they've talked about they feel like their job is very lonely. I think Ryan Day at Ohio State was the most recent one who said that. Do you feel like your job is your job lonely?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I'm the head coach, and there's only one head coach. There's a huge difference. I spent 9 years as an assistant coach, and so it's my 5th year as head coach. There's a massive difference between being assistant and head coach, because as an assistant, you're making suggestions, and as a head coach, you're making decisions. And very few people have been in that type of situation. And so it is a lonely spot at times where you feel who can see it, not talk to, but who can see it from your perspective. I think that's so valuable of having Coach Jeff Lebo on staff. He's been a head coach. He's been in the position of making decisions, and the way that he sees and looks at things is different. I mean, the things that I see now as a head coach, there's no way I could have seen the 9 years as an assistant coach. And so from that standpoint, but I've got a great circle of, obviously my family is unbelievable, and a great circle of friends. And I work every day with a tremendous staff that does everything to make this program the best that it can be.
You never be lonely during the season when you're coming to check in once a week with us, too.
No, it is. And then you said, the season just started now. No, the season started in like June. Okay. You're 6 months late.
Well, we will be here every week for the rest of the season with Coach. We'll be checking in once a week.
You guys don't talk to me. That's why I feel lonely. It's because you guys don't talk.
You and I do need a chance to talk more together. I know you feel the same way.
So that's why I'm doing a radio show tonight, so we can spend an hour together.
That's right. Okay. We'll be there, and we'll be here.
Are you going to be at the radio show?
Yeah, Adam, are you going to be at the radio?
I never get invited.
Yeah. This is your formal invitation from both Coach and me.
Well, I didn't hear Coach invite me. I just heard you invite me.
I'd like you to be there. I don't want to be lonely.
You'd like me to be there instead of you. Is what you really like.
Well, one place we will definitely be is right here for checking in every week as we move through the rest of the year with Coach Davis, and it is all brought to you by CR Legal Team.